Time now for the morning rush. 3 homicide investigations are ongoing by Albuquerque police across the city. All 3 happened yesterday, and since they all involved guns, APD is investigating whether or not those killings were drug related. Police have not yet made any arrests for any of those murders.
Told police he was targeting Mexicans and published a document online saying the shooting was in response to the, quote, Hispanic invasion of Texas.
The father of a child who disappeared for hours will stay behind bars until his trial. Nicholas Clinton was charged with assault on a peace officer after his interaction with police while they were looking for his daughter, Oriana Campbell. Yesterday, prosecutors argued that he was violent against Campbell's mother, and if released, he would not comply with the court's order. Clinton's trial for the assault on the officer is set for March 15th. Erica.
And here's a look at our school day forecast. It is a very cold morning, feeling like the teens, even though our temperature is going to be around 30 this morning. And we are going to be windy and cold today, so make sure you're wearing your warmer winter layers as you're heading out to the bus stop.
A proposal that would make it harder for thieves to sell catalytic converters is heading to the Senate floor. Senator Mimi Stewart's Senate Bill 133 would require scrap metal dealers to collect detailed information from anyone trying to sell a standalone catalytic converter. The dealer would also have to keep the transaction record for at least 3 years.
Lawmakers are now looking to solve a major doctor shortage after a recent study shows that the state has lost about 30% of its primary providers. They are looking to bridge the gap by appropriating $7.5 million to the Higher Education Department to address the problem. The bill now heads on to the Senate Finance Committee.
Senator Pete Campos is trying to create a fund that any municipality could dip into to create and maintain public transportation. The bill would create the fund. Campos says they don't yet have an amount needed to start it. The bill does not allow the money to be used for commuter rail services. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is moderate. We have snowy roads in northeast New Mexico, so there will be slick spots. And there's some low visibility expected across the east as snow showers move through today. And we have some very cold wind chill temperatures. You'll want to cover up your skin and keep it from being exposed to that frigid weather.
The death toll in Turkey and Syria continues to climb and is now above 15,000. That's following the massive earthquake and aftershocks. Rescuers from more than 24 countries continue to search the rubble of collapsed buildings. According to the White House, the U.S. has sent more than 150 people on search and rescue teams to Turkey.
U.S. intelligence officials say the balloon shot down over the South Carolina coast last weekend was part of a years-long Chinese global surveillance program. The Navy has recovered most of the balloon debris at this time, but expect it will take days to recover pieces of its cameras and antennas from the ocean.
The murder trial of former South Carolina lawyer Alex Murdaugh was halted yesterday because of a bomb threat in the courthouse. Murdaugh is accused of murdering his wife and son in 2021. Now, before evacuating, jurors heard testimony claiming that Murdaugh had been stealing from his law firm. A witness also identified Murdaugh's voice in a video that his son recorded minutes before his death. Erica.
All right, a check on traffic. The maps are looking clear this morning. No major accidents or slowdowns. And here's a look over the Big Eye. It is starting to busy up out there, but no weather issues for the morning commute.
The Bank of America and the Roadrunner Food Bank teamed up for a food drive with a twist. Over 24 Bank of America branches across the state competed to raise canned food and turn the cans into a creative sculpture for a company competition. Once all the sculptures were completed and judged, they were disassembled, and all the food was donated to the Roadrunner Food Bank.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, new this morning, the Bank of America and the Roadrunner Food Bank, they teamed up for a food drive with a twist. Over 24 Bank of America branches across the state, they competed to raise canned food and turn the cans into a creative sculpture for a company competition. A bank branch off of Louisiana tells us why they decided to make a lighthouse with their donations. Now, once all the sculptures were completed and judged, they were then disassembled, and all the food was then donated to the Roadrunner Food Bank.
At number 4, a pair of mysterious stones in northern New Mexico have caught the eye of a couple of researchers who hope to crack the mystery. The 2 stone pillars found in northern New Mexico have symbols carved in them. Those monuments caught the eye of forensic geologist and former History and Travel Channel host of America Unearthed, Scott Wolter, along with researcher and author Haley R. Ramsey. Wolter and Ramsey think the symbols could have communicated something like a meeting point or directions.
And at number 3, we're dealing with snow and wind this morning. That snow coming down in the northeast highlands and East Plains. We're already seeing some snow in Las Vegas, Clayton, and Raton.
And number 2 this morning, a proposal that would make it harder for thieves to sell catalytic converters is heading to the Senate floor. It comes amid a nationwide wave of crooks targeting the anti-pollution devices, which contain valuable metals. Senator Mimi Stewart's Senate Bill 133 would require scrap metal dealers to collect detailed information from anyone trying to sell a standalone catalytic converter. The dealer would also have to keep the transaction record for at least 3 years.
And at number 1 this morning, 3 homicide investigations are ongoing by Albuquerque police across the city. Since all 3 involved guns, APD is investigating whether or not those killings were drug related. Now, the police department says that 3 murders in one day is alarming but not unheard of. The first scene took place around 7:30 yesterday morning. That was at the Cinnamon Tree Apartments near Central and Louisiana. The victim there was found dead from a gunshot wound to the head. Now, the second scene took place near 2nd and Manal in the afternoon. That victim was shot in the chest and head. Now, their third shooting scene took place at the Love's gas station at 6th and Cutler. Police have not yet made any arrests for any of those murders.